Warning: the language used in this video might not be suitable for young children.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Hey!
Oh, what fun it
Yeah.
is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Welcome to our holiday special, everyone. Jaylen Taylor, David Marino. So this is going to be a slightly different episode, as you might have understood. This is a holiday special. So we're going to talk about creativity. We're going to get this out of the way. I think creativity and Christmas is something that we don't touch often, because I know when it's Christmas time, it influences me through my creativity. It influences my creativity. So, okay. How are you guys doing? Jaylen, go for it.
I'm doing well. I will say that I'm happy because I have a roof over my head and I'm a healthy person. To say that this holiday season is anything like anything I've ever experienced before would be a lie. It's weird.
By the way, I love your outfit.
Thank you.
Talked about outfits before. Look, this
Yes.
nice Christmas sweater for David.
David, rocking the white.
Really creative.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, Jaylen. I just wanted to point that out.
No,
How are
it's
you
fine.
doing?
No, I'm doing well. And the outfit is important because this is what's keeping me sane right now.
Yeah.
Is the jingle bells right here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just happy to have a break from classes and everything and just relax and drink eggnog and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, my friend David?
I'm doing well. I mean, like Jaylen said, it's just a crazy Christmas.
Don't give me like Jaylen said. Just say your answer.
Well, I'm getting there.
Okay. That was good.
It's just like with the whole pandemic and stuff. It's not going to be like any other holiday season I've ever experienced.
Yeah. For sure.
But I guess just trying to keep the spirits up and stay. Listen to Christmas music, I guess, and that kind of lifts the spirits, and just trying to stay like positive and busy and just keep going. So yeah,
that's all we got to do.
That wasn't too depressing, but
no.
How are you, Gabe?
I'm good. It's fine. It's the same thing that we've experienced all year. I don't know if it's a big surprise. Like I know in Quebec, I don't know. We'll talk about the States in a second, but I know in Quebec, we weren't sure if we're going to get a Christmas yet or not. They announced some things, but weren't sure because the COVID cases might go up now in between now and then. So we'll see. What about you in the States?
It's a hot mess in the States is what it is. But
came from an election too.
Yeah, no, it's an absolute hot mess. There are 70 million people in the country who don't believe that our president is our president. So
yeah,
the next president-elect, so that's really a very interesting dynamic. And nothing's opening up, but people are acting as if nothing's changed. And I went to go grab some pizza today and I was like fully suited up and people were just walking around. I saw a kid coughing without a mask on and I was just like, I got to get out of here. So it's a hot mess this holiday, but that's okay because I'm in my home.
Are people wearing masks all the time when they're out, or do you have people like here in Quebec, we have those people that don't respect the rules and don't care?
Yeah, I would say at least in Georgia, it depends on where you go. Like when I go to Publix, it's required in Publix because that's like a chain.
Right.
But the place where I went to go get pizza, there are a bunch of restaurants out there. And I'd say like it's really 50-50. It just depends.
Yeah.
So it's not really super safe to go outside all the time.
Right. Yeah. So what about you, David? What are your Christmas plans?
So I usually spend it with the family. So most of the time It's me, my brother, my parents, my grandparents, and my cousins.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to happen this year because obviously, you know, but it might. It's kind of all up in the air right now because we're not sure, like with all like Quebec, what they're going to announce and everything. So
you usually have big parties?
I wouldn't say big. I mean, they're just family get-togethers, and you know, we eat a lot and we play like games, and, like stuff like that. You know, so
that's cool.
Yeah, just fun kind of, and they're very intimate, fun, just the family, and yeah, no, super nice. And yeah, so hopefully, I mean, either way, we're going to be Zooming, that's for sure. I mean, Zoom. It's going to be a Zoom Christmas, but
well, you can take ideas from this Zoom, which is something.
Exactly.
By the way, who are your two friends over there?
This
snowmen. Those people.
Okay, well, this is Bob. On the spot.
Creating persona.
And this is Jacques.
Ooh.
By the way, he's introducing two snowmen for those who are listening to the podcast. And I have like Rudolph. I don't know.
Whatever
his name is
in
the frame.
Bob and Jacques.
Bob and Jacques.
I gotta say, Bob and Jacques were a little bit shy to come on. But you know, they made an effort. I think I'm gonna give them a round of applause.
I think we should. I love how Bob and Jacques are like the most stereotypical English American name, and then like the most stereotypical French name ever. Bob and Jacques.
Yeah,
it's got to get that history going.
No, of course.
History of the French
traditional. Yeah.
Oh boy. By the way, for those who are listening, it might be good for the first time, or if you have done it before, to go on YouTube to watch this episode, because there are going to be a lot happening visually tonight. We're going to try to explain everything, audio version, but that's it. So how do you feel about 2020 ending finally?
It feels like a practical joke. I mean, it's March in my brain. It is still March 17th in my head. So in my mind, the simulation has just paused for the past 9 months. So that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what? Like finally 2020 has been like, you know, like long, I think. But it actually passed by fast. I take that back. It's been crazy fast.
That's the thing. Yeah,
that's crazy. That's the crazy part. I don't know. Like, I just remember, like, it's crazy. It's it's like you were the Flash or something. It's
like I feel like it was.
That's a weird reference, but it's true. Like, I don't know how to qualify it. I haven't seen the year pass at all.
I feel like it was yesterday when they just announced that like things were closing, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I feel like the faster time goes, I guess that's a good thing. The faster we're going to get back to normal things, hopefully. But so in a way, I'm just like, whatever. 2020 was kind of one of those years, like, toss it out.
Yeah, try again next year. That's the thing. I've never been more aware of like the fact that time is relative than this year. Like, it feels like day to day, the hours just go and go and go. Like I don't know. It just feels like day to day is really long, but month to month like flies by. I don't know. I don't know if you relate, but that's how I feel like it's going.
Yeah,
I feel the same way. No, seriously, that is so accurate. Yeah.
I don't know. It's it's been weird, but like, I guess 2020 is not to forget, though, because there's been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of discussions. There's been an election, which might change the course of history. We'll see. So that's it. Okay, we'll see what happens next year. And for now, we're celebrating. So Jaylen, you said you were going to make a drink of choice. What did you make? Yes,
I made a good old Southern American favorite. I made a hottie toddy, or a hot toddy for those who are not from Mississippi. And literally all it is just whiskey, honey, water, and lemon with a little cinnamon stick. And it's great. And it's hitting.
Wow. Repeat that for a second. I just want to take it in.
The ingredients?
Yeah.
It's literally like the recipe. This is going to make me sound like a lush, but the recipe calls for like 2 shots of whiskey. I put like, 2.5, 3, 4. I don't remember. And then we put honey and lemon juice, and you boil water and you mix it all together with a little cinnamon stick.
Does it taste good?
It tastes delicious. It tastes like hot whiskey.
Yeah. You usually make that with your family?
No, I don't.
No?
This is actually the first time I've ever had a hottie tot. Well, I'm just now legal because I just turned 21.
Oh, there you go.
So I've never consumed alcohol before now.
Sure. Let's swing to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm winking for those who are not seeing it. I don't believe you. But so as I said before in the introduction, how do you feel about Christmas and creativity? Any thoughts on that? Does it make you more creative, less? Do you tend to create more things that are Christmas related around this time of year?
I mean, I wouldn't say that like
you do Christmas music.
I do. Yeah, exactly. So I guess as like a crooner, like old style singer, I mean, it definitely has like impacted like my life. Like, it kind of goes without saying. What is that meme that like Michael Bublé comes out of his cave every Christmas? So I mean, it's just like within the style of singing that I do. Those are the Christmas songs. Like that's the style, So although at the same time, I try not to associate myself with Christmas because it's like yeah, but it's
also Michael Bublé arguably has the best Christmas.
Definitely the best selling. Yeah,
so absolutely. It's a hard. Yeah, good luck.
Yes, I mean, like I'm not even trying. I'm like. No,
but you did a Christmas song. Plug it for a second.
I did do a Christmas song. Yeah,
I have it pulled up already.
Oh, Jesus. Can't you play it, David? Do we have the authorization?
I mean, sure.
Should I do Mon Père Noël à moi, or should I do the Christmas song?
I guess do the Christmas song. They're the same song. It's just
yeah.
There
it is.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
That's great. The sound is cutting out a bit because of Zoom, but
yeah.
Beautiful song.
I'll put it up there. We'll talk about it, David.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the plug, Gabe. I love it.
But plug it again so people can listen at Christmas?
Exactly. I mean, yeah. Listen to it.
Nice plug, David. Nice plug.
Exactly.
Wait, that makes me think. So, what songs like mean Christmas to you? Because for me, I feel like it might be very different. Because when I moved to college, all of my friends were playing like, not to overgeneralize, but like very like white Christmas music. And I was coming out with Temptations Christmas, which means Christmas to me. And I don't know if you've heard Temptations Christmas, but you must hear it. You haven't?
I haven't.
No, sure.
Okay, for those who have never listened to the Temptations Christmas album, you should, because it's not Christmas until I've heard every song on that album. Okay. But I'm curious, who do you listen to at Christmas other than Michael Bublé?
First of all, I want to say that we went to see the Temptations in New York, remember?
We did. That was so fun.
That was so fun.
That was a good day.
Yeah.
That was a good day.
Yeah. And I guess besides, I mean, mostly I was raised on that old school, like Christmas, like I listened to Bing Crosby. I listened to, I think Ella Fitzgerald released some Christmas songs too. Then there was, what's his name? Harry Connick Jr. I mean, most of it's all within the realm of like that style. That's usually what I listen to at Christmas. But I'm open to obviously listening to more types of Christmas music and I should. Yeah.
I'll send you a playlist.
Please do.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always watched Santa Claus at that time of year, the first one. And always like Frank Sinatra, Let It Snow in that movie. I think it's in that movie. Yeah, it is. No, but I remember the snow falling and this song playing, and it's stuck in my brain. But Frank Sinatra for sure. And then Michael Bublé after that. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I gotta be totally honest with you. I actually don't listen to Christmas music that much. Like
Really?
when I do, like that's who I listen to. But like,
Why is that though?
I don't know. I think it's maybe it just wasn't. I wasn't. I don't know why that is. It's interesting. I guess it's just like life. You know, sometimes you just don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and if I'm gonna listen to music, it's probably not going to be Christmas music. Like I'm going to do something else. But that's not to say that there's some badass Christmas music out there.
Yeah.
So,
Damn straight.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we think about creativity in Christmas, Jaylen?
I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because I feel like this time of year, whether it be Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving in the States is in November, Thanksgiving, Christmas, any other holiday at that time, I'm usually like chilling. Like I'm not really creating anything.
No, that's interesting. Why and what do you think is that?
Yeah, I just think it's because, I mean, like, I feel like I have a lot of memories from this time that end up in things that I create, but like, I'm almost never actively creating at this time of year. I will say, I mean, unless you mean like, you know, performing, because there's always a Christmas concert to be had. That's one thing. When I was a kid, my cousins and I, we would all get together at my grandmother's house. And we would put on a little like Christmas program, and we would like, you know, we would like write it out on paper and everything. Like Jaylen and Cara are going to do a dance from Happy Feet. And then Jonathan and William are going to do something from High School Musical too. Like it was an event. So
what about Frederick?
Frederick was not involved.
Frederick is, by the way, go listen to episode 1 if you don't understand the reference.
Frederick was not involved. He will never be invited. But in that way, we were pretty creative. We would always like perform. I had to, you know, there's always like, you know, Christmas music at choir performances. I was in choir all the way throughout school, things like that. But like any of my own work that I'm like generating on my own, I'm not doing anything during the holidays. I'm straight chilling.
That's cool. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, that's a great time to chill.
It is a great time to chill. It is a great time to chill. But I feel like the reason why I asked this question is because my mind is always going, and even especially at this time, I want like 2 years ago, I was like, actually last year, I was like, I'm going to write the Christmas novel in a month, blah, blah, blah. Never did it. But like, it's always at this time that I want to create Christmas stuff. And I never do it because I know that in a month, I'm just going to forget about Christmas and not be in that mood anymore. So it's like, it's interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it someday. But yeah.
I mean, that in itself could be an interesting premise, like disillusionment, like after the holidays. That's always fun and depressing to talk about.
Yeah, I don't see it right now, but we'll talk about it. Yeah, I'll be in touch.
Yeah.
I'll be in touch. So yeah, Jaylen's just on pause, and David is not listening to Christmas music, and he just doesn't care. But David,
we're very festive people.
Yeah. You said you're always busy and you're always thinking on my podcast on episode 2. And does that still go on during Christmas? Are you always busy and you're always doing other stuff?
I mean, in terms of the busy thing, like aren't we all always busy? You know what I mean?
No, you're especially busy that you're like a ghost when you're busy.
But I mean, I guess it's different. I mean, it's been kind of the same. I think this year especially, I've just kind of gotten into a routine of what I do, like my days, which has kind of been like good in some ways, but also in other ways, like I want to break the routine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's I wouldn't say that it gets busier during Christmas or vice versa. I would say like it's just kind of consistent. So yeah.
Yeah. But
It depends though. Because in previous years when there were like live shows and stuff,
Yeah.
definitely in the Christmas period I would be like booked more for gigs.
yeah,
stuff
and
like
I've
that.
been to one of it wasn't a live it was a live show, but it wasn't what you're talking about right now. It was a musical. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh yeah, that was
during Christmas time.
yeah, it was at the Rialto Theater. I think it was musicals and mistletoe. It was called. Yeah, that was a fun experience. It was you know yeah.
Yeah.
I sang a couple. I actually didn't. Did I even sing a Christmas song at that show?
No, you sang Dear Evan Hansen.
I literally didn't even sing. I think it's a Christmas show. Jaylen, I know it's hilarious. And I didn't even sing a Christmas song. Isn't that something? Everybody
really
else sang
funny.
Christmas songs. But
I mean,
You sang Dear Evan Hansen, by the way. That's not Christmas.
but Dear Evan Hansen is every time of the year.
Dear Evan Hansen's like every week.
Yeah.
You get my point, Jaylen.
Yeah. But yeah, that was definitely that was fun. It's always Christmas that there's like live shows and stuff. You know, everybody wants to put on stuff there. But yeah.
No, but do you really get calls at this time of year if it wasn't COVID and just to play? Yeah.
Yeah. This time
that's
of
so
year
cool.
is usually like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you get like calls, like good calls and bad calls, like, you know.
Does everyone want you?
Does what?
Does everyone? Is everyone calling?
Oh God, no! Thank God, thank God. No, but no, it's all good. Christmas is definitely busier, I guess, because they know I'm like a crooner, so it's kind of like, you know.
They want to get the warm and fuzzies. So
Yeah.
sing for us, David. Make us feel good.
Nothing stays buried forever, especially not the past.
Yesterday is Not Yet Gone, a mystery novel by Gabriel Veiga, host of the Very Creative Podcast. Available now, paperback and digital. GabrielVeiga.com. Buy it now.
I'm gonna let you guys ask yourself some questions. Jaylen, do you have questions for David?
Oh, David, my sweet little boy. Do I have any questions for you?
With his, he's
You could
putting
ask-
up in the air.
I feel like there might
Snowman.
be more interesting questions for Jacques and Bob.
Right, for Jacques and Bob.
Which one is Bob and which one is Jack? Do you remember?
Yeah, Jacques is the blue hat. Think like blue,
Okay,
French,
blue hat
French,
snowman.
French.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, and then exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know if I'm like drunk or if y'all really are not making any sense, but either way, I'm having a great time.
Probably a little bit of both.
Probably a little bit
Probably
of
over. It's gonna be edited.
both. Okay,
fine.
good.
You're
Good.
fine. No, but it's making sense. I'm not drunk. So,
Okay, great.
yeah.
Okay.
So what about? So that is Bob. Okay, cool.
This
Bob,
is Jacques. Sorry.
Are you sure?
That's not intent.
Are you sure?
How dare you?
Okay, what's your question, Jaylen?
fuck, I don't even know. Okay, David.
Yes.
What is? Do you have like a favorite performance that you've done at Christmas, or like favorite and then worst? Good and bad.
I did one really bad one. Oh God, let me start with the bad one.
Yes.
I was so not happy with it. I remember it was like a live, like I think it was on like a TV thing. I'm not gonna get into like specifics on that, but I was singing and I forgot the words, and I kind of like made up my own words, and they were not good. I don't remember what I said exactly, but then I was also like off tune, and these are like live television, so like it's just screwed up. I just pretended it never happened.
That's always good. Just suppress it.
Was it a big show? Like
No,
millions of people watching?
No, thank the Lord. If it was like The Voice, I was like, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
But no, it was fine. But that happens to like everybody, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
human nature. So
Yeah.
c'est la vie.
The joy of live TV.
Best performance. I thought I gave a really good performance of the "I'll Be Home for Christmas" was the song, I think. It was live. Yeah, I thought I did a nice performance of that. It was also at the Rialto Theater, I think. Yeah. So I guess when something goes well, you just like feel like a click with the audience, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like when and it's like, so yeah.
Yeah, it's like, let's
Do you
share
have a
this
problem
beautiful
with
thing.
sound in that performance?
Do I have a problem with what?
Did you have a problem with sound in that performance?
I may have not in that specific performance, but in another performance that same evening, I did. Okay, I'm gonna get into it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I think I had like, it was like one of those like mics that are, I don't know what they're called. They're connected like there. Do you know what they're called?
It's not a headset, but it's
He's
like
pointing to his hat, by the way.
It's a freaking headset. Yes.
Is it a headset mic? Okay.
Yes, of course. I hope I didn't think of that.
It's fine.
It fell off like as I was walking onto the stage.
David.
And it was swinging like the battery pack was swinging, and I was like, oh God, this is a disaster.
Who was your technician? Why did they leave you hanging like that?
I mean, I think it just wasn't. It happens. I mean, it's like there was a lot of stress going on. There was a lot of singers in the act, so like to hook up everybody. I guess sometimes it happens that like it didn't. It was partly my fault too, because I don't think I put it tightly in there as I should have, and then it just kind of like fell, and then I was singing like super loud, but like nobody could hear me. So,
David.
Yes.
Questions for Jaylen.
So I'm curious. How do I phrase it? Okay.
Where's your list of questions, David?
Where? No, I was thinking. Okay, what is? First of all, okay, I have two questions. What is your favorite like Christmas memory ever?
Okay. Do you want me to answer that one first?
Yeah, answer that one first. Yeah.
Ever? It's difficult. This is like, it's a good Christmas memory. It is, it's a bit embarrassing. And the fact that I was super young, so it's not really something that I remember vividly, but it's something that everyone and their grandma has told me about because it was that embarrassing. Yeah. So it's funny because like I'm a theater kid and I'm super obnoxious and loud now. But when I was a wee babe, I was very shy, right? In my church, when I was younger, I went to this, this traditional like AME church, very, very fun as a kid for sure. And we used to do these Christmas programs where every single child in the church, like understand there are like 100 families in the church, probably more than that, right? So every single child would get up and say something about Christmas, something about Jesus or whatever, I don't know. And I was like 3 at the time, and I had 2 words. Christmas joy. Christmas joy is all I had to say, right? So on the car ride there, I'm just like having the time of my life, like Christmas joy, Christmas joy, Christmas joy. So excited, right? And sorry I'm jingling so much, but every time I move it jingles.
Show us your shirt, by the way. Show us your shirt.
Oh, here.
For the audience.
It says straight outta North Pole. It's super ugly and
it's green, it's red, there's black in there.
It lights up, baby.
It lights up.
All of the lights.
Santa Claus got sunglasses.
He has sunglasses, so he's a cool dude. There are different settings on the lights as well. But I was, speaking of, holiday dress, I was in a cute little red little velvet dress with the cute little shoes and everything. I watched the video recently. We whipped out the family videos. And
after you told that story on my podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I come in and like all the kids are like in this long line, right? Everyone comes up and they're like, on this date, Jesus Christ is born or whatever, right? And, they say their thing in the mic. It's usually unintelligible because they're like 3, and then they move on to the next person. And then I finally step up and I just like freeze. And I'm just like looking out at the audience.
Yeah.
Like, what y'all want me to do? Like, I'm here. Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. And I'm just looking at them. And it's like a solid like 2 minutes of just silence and little baby Jaylen just staring at them. And so my dad walks over, he picks me up and he leans into the microphone and he says, Christmas joy. And then takes me and sits me down. And yeah, that's my favorite Christmas memory. Granted, I don't really remember it, but it comes up every year. So for the past 17 years, I've heard that story at every Christmas and any holiday in between.
But that's also the moment you first got on stage, if I remember correctly.
One of the first. Yeah. I mean, that was back when I was terrified of it. And then, 3 or 4 years later, I caught the bug. I was like, oh, this is fun.
And then you became an actor.
I became an actor. I became a thespian,
Thespian.
A thespian.
Boy.
So I have another question.
Oh, a follow-up.
So as someone who has spent, or Christmas, I would imagine, in both, have you spent both, well, first of all, have you spent it both in like the South and the North?
Kind of. I haven't spent
That's a good question,
Christmas.
David.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are the differences between Christmas, like without snow, I guess?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Snow is obviously the first one.
Yeah.
Granted, like living in Manhattan, it's much hotter than the rest of the state of New York. So we don't really get that much snow. But yeah, so growing up in Mississippi and then moving to Georgia, yeah, we get snow. But like a snow day for us literally just has to be about 3 inches of snow and school is canceled for a week.
Right.
Like we are on vacation. It's, it's over. I think the year was 2015. We had Snowmageddon. I don't know if you heard about that. But it was like there was black ice on the highways. And
have you heard about Quebec snowstorms?
Yeah, see, it was nothing like that. It was like a Tuesday for y'all, but for us, it was the end of the world. And it was so bad that like the highways were completely gridlocked. There were students who were locked on like school buses for 5 hours at a time. There was one mom, I remember her telling me the story. She went to go rescue kids off of the school bus because the school bus like ran out of gas on the highway. It was bad. No one knows how to drive. No one knows how to drive in Georgia, period. But then if you add black ice to the situation, there's no shot. So obviously snow and ice and everything is a big difference. I will say though, that I have seen white Novembers in Mississippi and in Georgia. The most snow I've ever seen at a time is maybe like 2 feet, which was like, hey, that's crazy. I don't know what that is in meters. I guess it's like less than a meter.
We don't know either.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's interesting because like as someone who's like never spent Christmas like in like a warm climate, like it's always been like big like snow mountains, you know what I mean? So it's just interesting to get that perspective. Like I've always wondered like what's it like?
Yeah, that's always been like a fantasy for me. It's always like I see that in the movies. I'm like, wow, snow, what's that like? But like on Christmas Day,
come
it's
to Quebec.
Usually warmer. I should come to Quebec. Like Christmas Day, by the time it gets to
Christmas,
want to. It's like cold. It's like cold before Christmas and after Christmas. It's never cold like the day of. So the past couple Christmases, it's been like 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'm so sorry. I am very American, but
it's okay. Hopefully all our listeners are American.
Yeah. I'm like, sorry, I'm mentally trying to like see what that is, but I'm overestimating my math skills.
Okay. So I know that like 30 degrees Celsius is hot. It's less than that. So I would say like early 20s.
You know what? Actually, I'm sorry. Take time from this. I will not be able to continue with this interview until I look this up.
I would love to help you guys, but I'm tipsy and I don't care about this. But I'll let David figure it out.
Go ahead, David.
Such a nerd. Okay.
70 degrees.
70 degrees is guys.
Celsius Fahrenheit is taking over my podcast.
Let's have like a drum roll. We could have a drum roll. Can we have a drum roll?
Okay. A Christmas song.
So 70 degrees Fahrenheit is 21.11111111111 degrees Celsius.
That's hot.
Yeah.
That's really hot.
That's really hot.
That's like Christmas Day.
That's like
Usually.
summer for us.
That's
Yeah.
like summer. Yeah, that's crazy hot. We're
But
like in the
sometimes it gets really
minuses.
cold.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, not here.
Well, right
I'm in
now
Georgia.
it's like 4 degrees. It's not bad. But by the way, we're getting a snowstorm tomorrow. We're now taping this in November for December, but tomorrow in November, we're getting a snowstorm, which is amazing.
I mean, I haven't even been outside in months.
So it doesn't even matter.
And by the way, a snowstorm, and there's no snow outside. There's nothing. It was like summer last week. So we had like a week of summer, which was weird. Anyway.
What do you think about snowstorms, Jacques?
Bob and Jacques. By the way, Jaylen,
Yes.
great question, David. But we've only touched on the temperature. I want to know what's the difference in traditions
Right.
between the South and a place like New York or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the United States is a very, very diverse place, so it's not like
That's why I'm interested. Yeah.
right. It's not like any like holiday thing is like homogenous in any way. But I would say that it's at least in my experiences, it hasn't been crazy different. I think it's more like you'll see more difference if you just ask person to person, like what like their different holiday traditions are. I'm not really sure if it's like a coast by coastal thing, like, oh, in the South we do this, but in the North we do this. Like, obviously in the North, they like, have snowshoes and weird stuff like that. But other than that,
is there a Republican Christmas and a Democrat Christmas? Is that a thing?
No, there's just capitalist.
The Republican just concentrate on the Jesus at Christmas? Or how does that work?
There's just capitalist Christmas. Well, okay, so here. I mean, that just, the way you celebrate Christmas obviously depends on like who you are and where you come from, blah, blah, blah. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of people who celebrate Christmas as like a really religious holiday, and coming from a religious family, that's kind of how we do it in this
too,
house.
by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I mean, there's so many people who celebrate Christmas. Oh, and this reminds me of something important. So there are a lot of people who celebrate Christmas who aren't like Christian or whatever. Obviously, that goes without saying. Yeah. So like for a lot of people, it's just like, let's get together and be merry. It's kind of like how Thanksgiving, like the implications of Thanksgiving are a little bit sinister. Like, oh yeah, the Pilgrims and the Native Americans were best friends, but it's like, that's absolute BS, right? So instead we've just kind of appropriated it to be more of like, oh, let's just be thankful for all the different, things that have gone on in the year so far, which is always kind of, which is funny because, the next day we go out and we trample people at Walmart to get presents for Christmas, but whatever. And then another thing about holidays, I just need people to know, because I know that some people do not know this, that Kwanzaa is not a religious holiday. I need people to understand. Because
What is Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa, oh my God, let me welcome you to the world of Kwanzaa. So Kwanzaa is a holiday that, oh gosh, I should know this. I'm going to get my black card taken. I forget his name. There is this man, whatever. He came up with
the man
holiday. Okay. Yeah, I'll look it up. So I feel more black, but
that narrows it down. A man.
Yeah, he came up with a holiday just to celebrate, like, the thing about, this there's a lot of history, and I don't want to go into too much because obviously we don't really have all that time. But obviously for a lot of Black people who live in the States, our ethnicity is a little bit obscured. Because a lot of our ancestors came over in slave ships, so we don't really know from where we are exactly in the continent of Africa. So there were a lot of different movements. Some movements, this is more of like in the civil rights era, some movements were like, let's reconnect with Africa. People were like changing their names to be, African names and things like that. But then there were other people, like more like Black Panthers, who were like, no, screw that. We are Black Americans and all this, whatever. Two very different trains of thought. But on that other side of the spectrum was this guy, and I need to think of his name, but he was like, we don't know exactly where we are from in the continent, but we're just going to take some things that are semblances of African culture, and we're going to make it an American thing. It's more of an African thing that Americans celebrate. Not really an American thing, but semantics.
By the way, if you can't think of his name, I'll put it up.
Put it up because
I'll tell the audience.
People should know the whole story. But it's just like, here is something that we can all like celebrate that is just uniquely ours around the holiday season. And we have what we call a kanara, which looks a lot like a menorah for my Jewish, ladies, and gentlemen out there. We have what we call a kanara, and it holds 7 candles, not 8. And 7 candles for the 7 days of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is spelled Kwanzaa. So there's a candle for every letter in the word, whatever. And they're different days that have different virtues are celebrated on those days. So Umoja is the first day. I'm not going to go through all of them because I'm not going to remember, but Umoja means unity. It's in Swahili, which is an East African language, which confuses it even more because most descendants of enslaved people are probably descendants of West African people. There's a lot to get into, but whatever. So Umoja, and there's Kujijakalia, which is self-determination.
You got this.
Gonna kill me. My mom's gonna kill me. You should just give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna look it up. Kwanzaa days of the week.
That's so interesting, though. Thank you for this. This is a great
thing
to learn about. Yeah.
No, I feel like it's necessary because I've had people all 21 years of my life believe that it is a religious holiday, which is wild.
Set the record straight, Jaylen.
I have to set the record straight because people will be like, do you celebrate Christmas? I'm like, yeah. Okay, so day 1 is Umoja, which means unity. Day 2 is Kujijakalia, self-determination. What did I say? Yes, let's fucking go. Oh my gosh, my brother can hear me in the other room. Dr. Kuranga is his name. Kuranga, I think. Anyway, okay. Ujima is collective work and responsibility. Ujama, always got those confused. Cooperative economics, working to build shops and businesses. Nia means purpose. Kuumba means creativity. Kuumba. And Imani means faith. Yeah. So there's that. I'm going to double check his name because Kuranga, I think is his name. Kwanzaa. What is his name?
Oh, that was...
Karenga is his name.
He's like, get it.
Yes. Maulana Karenga.
David, I just saw your chat.
My what?
Your chat you signed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to read it for everyone. David sent in the chat, Trump spends Christmas looking at himself in the mirror.
I think that's true.
Probably a little dressed like us. Yeah.
Well, this Christmas is he to spend it looking at himself saying, I won.
Yeah. I am the winner.
Thank you for this, David.
Of course. Anytime.
Nothing stays buried forever, especially not the past.
Yesterday is Not Yet Gone, a mystery novel by Gabriel Veiga, host of the Very Creative Podcast. Available now, paperback and digital. GabrielVeiga.com. Buy it now.
Anyway, I just want to comment on.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just so cool, like to see, like to hear about the different traditions of like Christmas and like how they, because I'm like stuck in like my own like bubble in a way, like like it's 22 years of my life spending Christmas in the same like kind of place, so right. It's interesting to hear about different ways people celebrate. And
you're more than welcome to come to Georgia and spend Christmas with my family one year. Everyone just come and hang out. It'll be fun. You bring all of your summer clothes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Oh, is it different in Italian culture at Christmas a little bit, David?
There's a lot of like Italian food. I mean, like we literally eat like what do we eat? We eat a lot of lasagna and like actually on like New Year's. Sorry, I know this isn't Christmas, but
holidays.
Holiday. Let's include everyone. Yeah,
it's included. But on New Year's we eat like this like Coquille Saint Jacques. It's called.
Yeah.
It's
You know what that is, Jaylen? So good.
No?
Cookie Saint Jacques. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Oh, it's so
But
good.
one sec. I might like. Oh God, I want to like share a picture. Is it possible? It's basically like seafood, and there's like potato on top, and inside there's like shrimp and like kind of It's really good. I usually, when I was a kid, I used to only eat the potato on top. But it looks like this. Okay, let's see if I can share my screen. Okay, perfect.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, and it's like in those like dishes. That's not it, but it's in those dishes like that kind of.
No, that
That's
picture.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
This one. There.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that
Yeah.
looks so good.
I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's like, and it's really good. Yeah. So that's what we usually eat, and usually like pasta, and on New Year's Day we eat gnocchi.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, and my grandmother makes like all this by hand, and then she has like her homemade sauce, and like so it's all delicious, all amazing stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I want to meet your grandma. Can I meet your grandma, David?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay,
yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Come to Montreal. Yeah.
I'm coming. I don't know when.
Yeah.
When it's safe, I'll be there. Whenever you have a show next, I will be there front row.
Yeah. Same.
Peace, love, and Moomba.
David, huh? Fucking come on.
Come on.
Come on. Oh, boy.
No. So Gabe.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Hi. I'm good. Thank you.
I'm so glad to hear it. So
Thank you, Jaylen.
since you were so creative during the holidays, what kind of
Yes, Jaylen.
things are you creating? Are you creating holiday themed things, or just like, you're inspired by, I don't know, reunions and things like that? Like, oh, I'm seeing all these people and it's, inspiring these characters and situations. Like, what is it?
No, I don't know. We don't have big parties. It's not big in our family. It's we get together and it's the same. We give Christmas presents and everything. They're normal stuff, but it's not that big, I feel like I want to read Christmas stories at that time, Christmas novels. Maybe that's inspiring me, Christmas movies. And like, if I would be writing at this time, Christmas would find its way into the story, because that's like, I'm mostly inspired when I write about the time that we're living now. And that's what inspires me. And that's why what I said about the mood, being in the mood to write a Christmas thing after Christmas has passed in January affects my writing, because I wouldn't be thinking about it in January. I would be thinking about something else that has been done. So it's hard for me to I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird creatively. I wanted to create Christmas stuff, but it's not a long period either.
Right.
So I have to find a timeline. I don't know if it's a good answer, but sure.
That works. What that reminds me of is there's this musician called Bruno Major, which is kind of unfortunate because Bruno Mars will always outshine him. But his name's Bruno Major. He's like this British guy. And he has, really nice, sultry kind of music or whatever. But I don't know if it's his most recent album, but the album that I went to go see his concert for, he wrote like 2 songs every month, and he like made up these like zodiac signs for every month, whatever. It's kind of unimportant. That part's kind of unimportant, but the fact of the matter is that for every month he like made 2 songs for the album. And I wonder if, since you are so inspired to write during Christmas time, but you're worried that you won't be inspired to write something Christmas related, a month after the fact, like, I don't know. I wonder if it would be like a fun exercise to compile a year's worth of writings, like what's going on in my life in this very moment. And then at the end of a year, like compiling what you have and maybe making it into something, like having some sort of narrative structure in mind, having like characters and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that could be fun.
No, I've just been worried about it starting something at Christmas time because, especially a novel, because I know my novel took 3 years to write. Well, it took 6 months the first draft, but the whole process took 3 years.
Right.
And I know that it's a big thing and it's a big commitment, and it won't be done in a month unless I am super strict with myself and give myself a deadline. But it's also Christmas time, and do you want to do that? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we'll talk about this.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. My mom has a Christmas journal, and every year for the past 20 years, I think she writes, what happened this year, what everyone got. It's super cute. I feel like that would be something really interesting to make into something else.
Yeah.
That could be a screenplay right there,
There you go. A screenplay takes not that many hours to write, so that would be something to consider.
It could be
for
cool.
sure.
Maybe I'll make a short film.
You don't write music, right, David? You don't write songs?
I do like a little bit, but I haven't
big news.
I haven't really released any of that. But no, I definitely have started dabbling in that. I would consider myself more of an interpreter than a songwriter, definitely.
Yeah.
I
Have
think-
you
What do you
written
write
Christmas songs?
No.
No.
What do you write about?
A whole bunch.
Like?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Private lives.
Okay. Yeah. I understand.
But
That's cool.
yeah. No, it's
He writes he's a crooner,
Yeah.
but he writes huge rap that are very opposite his style.
Yeah.
I don't consider I write, but I don't consider myself a songwriter because that takes
He writes for
years.
Drake, and
Right. Yeah.
we just don't know.
David's Drake's ghostwriter.
Yeah.
That's why he's always busy.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So we're gonna do a question game, and then we're gonna do a scavenger hunt.
Yay.
And that's gonna be fun.
I don't think I'm gonna find anything. But
How's Jacques and Bob? How are they doing?
I mean, they look the same like they did an hour ago. This much. So I don't know.
Okay.
They're smiling.
So David, I'm gonna ask you that first question.
Yeah.
You can ask your friends if you want, but what is the strangest present you have ever received at Christmas or during the holidays?
Okay. So first of all, I received what strangest present I ever received. Okay, so let me go through them a little bit here. I received a microphone once, which was cool. That wasn't strange.
Is that strange?
It's not. I'm just going through them.
You're a crooner.
I'm trying to remember them, Gabe. I'm trying to remember them.
We don't want a big paragraph. We just want one.
So yeah, but that's not strange. I also received. Oh, this is strange. I received a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey.
Are you a hockey fan?
I'm a hockey fan, but the reason it was strange, not anymore, but I used to when I was a kid. I was a hockey fan, but the reason it's strange is because I was a Montreal Canadiens fan, which is the total rival of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
That's funny.
So I received this Toronto Maple Leafs jersey, and I remember crying. I was I was like, how could you do this to me?
How dare you?
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, it was just a prank. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Why
funny.
Maple Leafs?
To fuck with them.
It was a prank.
Okay, for the Southern Americans who have no idea what the fuck a hockey is, it's like being an Alabama fan and getting an LSU jersey for Christmas.
Exactly.
They'll get that.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's the strangest. Christmas gifts usually, I gotta be honest. In the last few years, it's been money.
Money?
Yeah, same.
They don't know what to get us anymore.
Yeah, it's great. Give me the cash.
Yeah.
Ask the next question, Jaylen. Do you have them in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Question 7.
7. So, Gabe, what would be
Yes.
one question you would ask Santa Claus?
My dear Santa Claus, I don't know. I would ask him why is there a lot of you? Why is there a different Santa Claus in every mall?
That's a valid question.
I would also ask them, do you really speak several languages? And how long did it take for you to learn them? Or are you a god and did it come magically?
I want to say he's a deity. A demigod, at least.
Yeah. I guess the question was one question, but I have so many questions. How did you get to be Santa Claus?
Do you think that like Santa Claus is immortal, or is it like a generational thing? Like, just do the Clauses just pop out a lot of babies, and it's like every generation it's like bestowed upon, like the Santa Claus?
Listen, Jaylen, I grew up on the Santa Claus movie,
right?
So I believe what the Santa Claus movie tells me.
That there's a contract. If you murder Santa.
There's a contract. Yeah.
So if you murder Santa, you become Santa Claus.
Yeah. Sometime Santa is going to fall out of the roof and I'm just going to find clothing and I'm going to become Santa. That's what I believe.
Okay.
I wonder if he's an asshole.
This movie is gospel to me, Jaylen. What did you say?
Me too, David. I wonder if Santa Claus is an asshole. I think about that often.
Is Donald Trump Santa Claus?
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
That would be a nightmare.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Imagine the kid looking at.
Do I have to ask a question to Santa? Because
ask the next question. David.
Where the hell are you 364 days in the year?
Yeah.
Like, you're only there once? Like, come on.
Yeah. Come on, Santa.
Come on, man. That wasn't really a question. It was like sarcasm. But
okay. Ask question 8, David.
Okay. I'm just
whoever you want. Yeah.
I'm over here like ruining Christmas. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
So
no kid is listening to this, by the way.
Jaylen, I have a question for you.
What?
Do you open presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning?
Oh, honey, we do both. So we're super fun. And we open stockings on Christmas Eve. And my mom always gets like Christmas pajamas that we all wear like the night of Christmas Eve. So it's a little bit of both, like all the really fun stuff that happens Christmas Day.
Do you reuse pajamas every year? The same thing?
Not every year. So we did new pajamas for like 6 years straight. And then my mom was like, okay, I'm not buying any more fucking pajamas. We're going to reuse them. So we had like a throwback Christmas a couple years back where she found like old pajamas and everyone. It's great. I'll share some photos because they're pretty hilarious. Yeah, I will.
We'll put them up.
Yeah, like there was a year we had like, Christmas onesies, and then we had like we were all nutcrackers and my dad was Santa Claus, and like just really cute, really fun shit. So yeah, there's that, and then we open our stockings. Fun fact, one year I thought I got coal in my stocking because I went to my stocking and there was a rock in there and I almost started crying. But the thing is that as a kid, I was super interested in rocks and geodes. So my dad got me like a little, like a bookend, like to hold up your books or whatever. And it was a geode. And it was this gorgeous little, blue rock. And I was very happy. I knew I'd been a bad kid that year. So that's why I was concerned. So.
Yeah. Jaylen, why don't you ask the next question?
Gabe's just like, hurry up.
Okay. What is your go-to / favorite Christmas flick? I'll ask both of these gentlemen people.
I said Santa Claus and Die Hard.
Elf.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Elf.
Why Elf?
Because it's just like classic. I love the scene where they're like, he's like eating the pasta with like all the sugar on it.
Oh my God, so gross.
Yeah, it's like such a funny. I think it's just because it's always on TV.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I always end up watching it even though I don't choose to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, that one.
That's a good one. That was when Zooey Deschanel was blonde, and it always breaks my brain when I see her as a blonde person.
Yeah.
I know no one asked, but my go-to movie is The Grinch, but the live action version. I know people hate it, and I don't care because it's my favorite.
It's good. Movie. It's great.
The Grinch.
It's so much fun. My favorite part is when he's at the the festival, and then they were like shoving pudding into his mouth, and this one guy's like, "This is not pudding," and then shoves it in his mouth. Best part. Go back and watch it because you'll shit your
I have
pants.
to rewatch that scene. Yeah.
We used to watch it every year, and then everyone got tired of it except for me. So we watched like Finding Nemo one year. I don't know what that had to do with Christmas, but
Yeah, exactly. Okay, David, next question.
Cool.
You ask it.
So, Jaylen and Gabe, I'll ask you both. What act might land you on the naughty list?
I don't know if I should answer that question.
Why, Jaylen?
Because Gabe.
This is a PG podcast, Jaylen.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's why it's a PG podcast.
It's not a PG podcast. Yeah,
I love that I had to ask this one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, way to go,
ahead,
David.
Jaylen.
What have
Yes, only Jaylen, right? You only ask Jaylen.
No, Gabe, you.
No, Gabe, you're in this too, sweetheart.
I'm the host of this podcast. Yeah, Jaylen.
I would get out of jail free card because it's been COVID and I haven't had the opportunity to be as naughty as I normally would be. So I'm on the nice list this year. Ha ha ha! You try to kill me, you can't kill a bad bitch. Anyway.
Yeah.
So moving on.
Gabe, are you not going to answer the question?
I mean,
moving on, Jacques.
When I was back at school, getting a bad grade would be naughty.
I'm talking about adult Gabe, 24-year-old Gabe. What is he doing?
Drinking before I was 18 here.
Wow.
That's
So naughty.
Not wearing a mask in COVID time.
Okay, that's really naughty.
That's naughty.
That'll get you on the dead list.
Wear a mask, people.
Wear a mask.
Not believing that climate change is a thing.
Yeah.
The climate is changing.
Yeah, please understand.
That's naughty.
Yeah, that'll get you on the naughty list. Quick, fast, and hurry.
Not believing that racism is a thing.
Yeah.
Definitely naughty.
Yeah, that would be the naughtiest thing I would do.
Gabe said definitely naughty.
Yeah. Just getting a bad grade, honestly. A bad grade in school is enough for me.
That's precious. And
Or skipping a leg day.
that's enough for me to just end call. Skipping leg day is naughty.
Skipping a reading day, a day where I don't read in the morning, that would be naughty. Anyway, next question. I'm going to ask this one. Jaylen, David, what act might land you on the nice list?
Go ahead, David.
I feel like you're going to answer naughty things, Jaylen.
I might just not answer at all. I don't want to incriminate myself.
What would land me on the nice list?
Yeah.
Like just being a nice person, no?
Yeah.
Like,
or just plugging your the thing you do with the Jewish hospital.
Oh God, I was gonna get to that, but
if you want to stay on ball, I'll say it for you. He
first
does,
and foremost,
charity events.
First and foremost, I think being like generous, being kind and like empathetic towards people, and then like I guess everybody does it in a different way. I like to associate myself with causes that I believe in, like mental health. I think it's important, and so I've been with putting on concerts with the Jewish General Hospital, their mental health department, for many years, and unfortunately this year they got canceled because of COVID. But so that I guess that would land me on the nice list. But I think
you're nice to everyone too. Like you're already on the nice list.
David is one of the nicest people on the fucking planet.
He's an angel. He's an
angel. I don't know how you do it.
We're demons. Jaylen is naughty and just like
in comparison to David.
Jaylen is just for the record. Jaylen is one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Oh my God! Stop
so
it. Oh,
it's
thanks,
true.
y'all.
No. Yeah,
I appreciate
seriously.
that. I really do.
And kind, more than like nice, because I think there's a difference between nice and
after
kind.
me. I mean, after me. Like, you're the nicest people I've ever met after me.
After yourself, of course.
Yeah.
What would land me on a nice list? Sorry, I asked Jaylen, but she doesn't want to answer.
Right.
Nice list, getting a good grade in school.
You and these grades, my guy. There's more to your life.
Do you
Jaylen,
think?
what would land you on a nice list?
What's something that I have currently done, like this year, that's landing me on the nice list?
Yeah.
I feel like nice is relative.
Oh God, we don't want a
No.
paragraph.
No, but that's the thing. I'm really good at giving paragraphs. I would say something I've done that's landed me on the nice list.
Next question.
Yeah, it's gonna take me that long.
Wait a minute. I want to hold Gabe accountable. on
Oh
something.
shit.
You said getting a good grade. So can you expand?
Well, Jaylen didn't finish her answer, David.
There's tea here.
What do you mean?
Jack
Like
has a
getting a
question.
good grade in school?
Right.
Getting an A. It's all about results, David. Didn't you hear about it?
Right. All right. Moving on.
I'm confused, but I'm intrigued.
I'm confused by this question. What do
I
you
like
mean?
that I'm confused.
Well, I guess because I was just thinking, like, how do I phrase this? Like, because, like,
Be careful.
because, like, a grade. I guess. Do you think Santa Claus? Let's say, would be in his little workshop and be like, he got a good grade. Let me put him on the nice list. You know what I mean?
Is Santa Claus real?
No, he's saying smart people can be assholes.
Yeah. So
are you calling me an asshole?
no, I'm just saying I refuse. Actually, I'm saying the opposite. I refuse to believe that the nicest thing you could do, Gabe, is get a good grade.
Oh, look at him believing in you.
Well, I don't
Is there
know,
nothing else
David.
that you've done that's nice?
I don't know. I work for Radio Dodo, which
There you
is
go.
helping children in difficulty and in need across the world. We provide entertainment for them through radio. So that's nice, I guess.
That's awesome.
That is nice.
And now 2021 is dedicated to COVID and the children that are often forgotten in this pandemic. We talk a lot about adults and what we should do, and we talk a lot about schools. We should close them, but what about the kids? So that's what we're doing, and I think it's a great cause. Honestly, go check it out, radiododo.org. Yeah.
Now that's an answer.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay, are you done now? Let's move on.
Oh man.
Okay.
What's the next?
Any other questions before we move to our game? By the way, my drink of choice, I have not talked about it. It's coffee, caramel espresso with Baileys.
So it's like an Irish coffee?
Do I look like a person who knows what the Irish coffee is?
It's just coffee with liquor in it. Like.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
This podcast is going to be wild.
I don't have a drink right now, but
and that's a damn shame.
What is Jacques and Bub? What are they having?
They have eggnog.
Oh, that's precious. I've never had eggnog because I just turned 21 and I've never consumed alcohol before this evening. And David can account for me.
Yes,
I'm winking right now.
That'll land you on the nice list, Jaylen.
Oh, that also I mentioned that. Yeah. Okay.
All the alcohol I didn't drink in the past 21 years.
Yeah. Okay, let's play our game now. Fun times. All right.
Allez.
Okay, I'll do the first one, and I'll ask Jaylen. So this is a virtual holiday scavenger hunt. So that means when I ask, I'm going to name an item, and you have to go get it. You have to run in your house and go get it, and we'll just wait for you. And this is going to be edited, so it doesn't take that long of a time.
Okay.
So go get cinnamon.
Cinnamon? Oh, wait. Ha. You thought, bitch. You thought
Okay.
you could.
Okay. I guess I'll do that or what again? Go
Yeah,
get
yeah.
your winter coat. Do you have winter coats in Georgia?
Yeah, she like
My winter. This game doesn't sound like it's working for me. The thing about my winter coat is that it's in storage in New York right now. All my
Well,
winter
go
clothes
get
are in
it.
New York.
Go get it. It will be edited.
It'll take me 13 hours by car, so I don't know if you want to edit 13 hours worth of footage.
Okay,
Gonna be
David,
a long wait.
ask me a question. I'll go get something to redeem my Jaylen's.
Gabe, go get. Wait, I don't have it open. Go get yourself the most. Go get yourself a Christmas movie right now.
I don't know if I have that on DVD, but
Allez, vite! Putain! So long!
okay.
There you go. There you go.
That's
I
it.
think it's I don't have like Blu-rays anymore or DVDs, so I think this happens during Christmas. Hugo?
Does it?
Yeah, there's snow and there's elements of snow.
No.
That could be it. Okay.
Hugo
All right.
is my Christmas movie. I'm pretty sure that's at Christmas. And I have Die Hard too.
There you go. I don't think I've ever seen Hugo, so I can't confirm or deny.
Okay, now your turn, David.
But
Jaylen, ask David to find something.
Alors, okay,
Please.
David. How about you grab us something that reminds you of home? What's something that reminds you of home, babe?
I thought
You have to run, by the way.
I thought you were gonna say hemoglobin. I was
Why would I say that?
Let me just go grab some hemoglobin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something that reminds me of home.
We can't hear you.
Whatever you just said, we lost it. Allez!
Mais putain!
Putain, t'es trop long! Oh.
You can't hear
I saw
us.
his hand.
Yeah, he's in his room.
I feel like a poor thing just walking in circles.
We can't hear you.
We can't.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm really bad at this game. But for one, this is my home. Like everything reminds me of home. Like what? Like the ceiling. I could bring the ceiling with me. You know what I mean?
Okay, David, just find
could-
something.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm
Said,
gonna
"I am
keep this
home."
in. I'm gonna keep this in. This is so funny.
Said I am home. Oh, what'd you find?
What did
All
you
right.
find?
It's the first thing I grabbed.
What did
did
you
you
grab?
get?
Describe it for the audience listening.
Anyway, sorry. Okay.
Zed's phones are falling down. Bagpipes.
Bagpipes. You have bagpipes?
Okay. Why
that
does
like-
that remind you of home?
It doesn't. Okay, wait. I went to Scotland once.
I was about to say, are you Scottish and you're Italian?
My favorite country in the
no.
world.
I'm not Scottish, but it was in my closet, so I grabbed it.
Mais la question is, can you play it?
Oh, you really want me to try this shit? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Why does it remind you of home?
it reminds me of home because it's in my home. You know? And also, I got it when I was a kid, so it's like a memory of like, you know.
You could have literally grabbed that lamp over there behind you and said,
I think the bagpipes was a great choice.
okay, fine.
Please.
He's trying to play it. He's trying to play it. Fail. Huge fail. There's sound coming out.
That was so sad. The way that shit trailed off, babe. Nah. You
Well,
tried though.
it's really hard. Like I had to put so much fucking air in that to get that shit out. I'm swearing so much. This better be like not for kids. Okay.
Okay, Jaylen,
We.
Since I'm assuming you don't have winter boots.
Yeah, no, I don't. They're all new.
Find a Christmas stocking.
Okay, give me a second.
Jaylen, love it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Socks.
So here's the thing, kids.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the actual stockings because they're like deep in storage. And we were probably going to put up the tree right after Thanksgiving. But I found actual socks that are holiday themed and match my shirt perfectly. What's gross about it is I had to go through my dirty clothes to find them because I wear them at night because it gets really cold in my room because my room is right over the garage and the insulation is ass. So, but I did it.
Nothing stays buried forever, especially not the past.
Yesterday is Not Yet Gone, a mystery novel by Gabriel Veiga, host of the Very Creative Podcast. Available now, paperback and digital. GabrielVeiga.com. Buy it now.
So yeah, that's it. Any more questions? Any more things?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Everybody.
holiday. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stay safe.
Please.
Yes. Stay safe, everybody, and wear a mask and do everything to not be on the naughty list.
Please. Keep all those things in mind.
Don't listen to Jaylen. She would have done a lot of naughty things.
Wow.
That's not a good example. Get good grades,
Yeah.
And
see, listen,
don't
but
drink
hey,
before you're 21.
if you're in the States. Here's what I will say though, is that you can still be a great student and still be very much on the naughty list because I have maintained both. So yeah. If you're going to be on the naughty list, be a good student. Keep getting A's. Get that 4.0, baby.
Yeah. And what do you say to creative people during this time? As this is the Very Creative Podcast.
I think the holidays can be very, very exciting and like very can spark a lot of creativity, but I'm holding a makeup brush, sorry. But I will say that I know that the holidays can be a very hard time for a lot of people and a lot of creative people for sure. So it's just like, you stuck through the crap you've gone through the rest of this year. So just hang on, you won't have to deal with these people for very long. Hopefully the holidays are a good experience for you, but if not, reach out to people who make you feel good and maybe create something special with them.
I think just like, don't be so hard on yourself too. Like just, we're in a time now where things are kind of like stagnant and, so it's just try to make the best of it. And I know it's hard, but I do things that bring your spirits up. Watch movies, spend time, Zoom. If you're not with your family, Zoom with them or with your friends or with your loved ones. And so just, we'll get through this.
Yeah. Since we on this podcast we always end with feel good stuff. I'm just gonna give a quick list of things that makes me feel good, makes me feel like there's a lot of nostalgia if I look at things. So Santa Claus, the movie, the trilogy. If you like the other two, or if you don't like them, I don't care. I like them. I also used to watch Batman, the animated series, and there's an episode where the Joker is entertaining guests at Christmas. There's a Christmas special that is really close to my heart. So if you haven't checked that out, that what makes me feel good. What about you, David? Do you have quickly some things that you want people to check out or that make you feel good that we haven't mentioned?
I don't think I have anything in particular. I mean, I have
or a song.
Geez, I mean,
where's Bob and Jacques.
Oh, Bob and Jacques. Let's ask them. What do you think? Well, this is kind of hopeless. But I mean, I kind of don't really do any of that stuff. So I'm like kind of like you're thinking. I'm like, okay, what could I recommend? That's
Well,
Christmas.
what do you do normally that makes you feel good?
I watch TV, watch movies. I watch Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, get into the holiday spirit. Maybe usually I just sing. That kind of makes me happy. Sing. Just sing. Join a choir. I don't. Oh wait, this is not a good time.
Online choir on Zoom.
Exactly. Not a good time, but you know what I mean. Sing, just sing.
Moving on, Jaylen.
I would have to agree. Singing always makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Write yourself a little poem. Cuddle with somebody. If you're quarantining with somebody, and everyone is COVID free, cuddle. Because the thing is like, at least for me, I miss being able to be in contact with other people, and that nothing boosts my serotonin than just feeling the warmth of another person. So if you have that available to you, do it for me so I can live vicariously through you. Sing, dance, put on some music that you listened to when you were a kid, and just shake your ass a little bit. I think that would be good. And listen to Temptations Christmas, because it is a serotonin booster as well.
Yeah. Okay. So we're done.
All right.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Dashing through
the snow in a one-horse open sleigh,
or
the fields we go, laughing all the way.
Bells.
And ending on that note.
Jingle bells.
Oh, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
And we'll
Happy
find
holidays.
you next year, 2021. And hopefully we'll have an American president by then. Okay, goodbye.
You've been listening to The Very Creative Podcast with Gabriel Veiga. To find out more, go to gabrielveiga.com/podcast or find us on social media at The Very Creative Podcast. You can also watch the podcast on YouTube. Just search for The Very Creative Podcast and subscribe. Happy holidays, everyone. I'll see you in 2021 with all new episodes of The Very Creative Podcast.